Namaste. Last class, we have seen up to types of doors and windows. So this class we will continue from that. And so we are in chapter, that is doors, windows, ventilators, scaffoldings, and staircases. Right. Let's see the syllabus. So we have finished the doors and the windows parts and the positioning, common types of doors and windows we have finished. The special types of doors also we finished, and windows, ventilators left, and will complete lintels also. And scaffolding, staircases will be covered in next class. This is the syllabus. Special fixtures also there, so we will finish that also. Okay, right, let us see the syllabus. Sorry, go to our presentation. This is today's topic, like types of ventilators and the various fixtures used in doors and windows. So this is our objectives of today's. So we'll try to complete understand the different types of ventilators and their uses, and understand the various fixtures, fastening space to the doors and windows, and explain the functions of lintels, uh, thin lintels developed by CVRI with examples. So ventilator. What is a ventilator? So ventilators can be defined as openings in the walls near the roof for admitting natural light and removal of foul gases from the interiors. Uh, Features are ventilators are windows of small heights and the location 150 to 300 below ceiling are sometimes provided over the doors and windows. So ventilators are the small openings which are provided near the slab uh, or above windows. So the main purpose of ventilator is to admit light into the uh, room and exhaust some foul gases or etc. from the room, right? Even exhaust fans also fitted in ventilators openings. So types of ventilators. So ventilators are fixed type ventilators and swing shutter type ventilators and lower type ventilators. There are free. Actually, ventilation process can be done in two methods. One is natural method, another is mechanical method. Right. So natural method means just opening provided in the wall or near the slab, so in the wall only, and we are fixed some types of ventilators like fixed type, so swing type like lower type will finish. Even yesterday we have seen opening in the roof is also some type of windows we have seen, like that lanterns. So even mechanical type means artificially the ventilation is done, right? Means it is used by mechanical methods, right? Let us see one article. It is a nice article which is written on types of ventilators. Yeah, this is very good article which is published on ventilators in NCBA. So natural ventilation for infection control in healthcare settings. It consists of ventilation. Ventilation moves outdoor air into the building of a room and distributed the air within the building or room. The general purpose of ventilation in buildings is provided healthy air for breathing, for both diluting the pollutants organizing in the building and removing the pollutants from it, right? So building ventilation has three basic elements. One is ventilation rate, next is airflow direction, third one is air distribution or airflow pattern. Air ventilation rate means the amount of outdoor air that is provided into the space, the quality of the outdoor air, that is ventilation rate. The overall airflow direction in a building, which should be from clean zones to dirty zones. Air distribution or airflow pattern. The external air should be delivered to each part of the space in an efficient manner, and the airborne pollutants generated in each part of the specific space should also be removed in an efficient manner. There are three methods that may be used for ventilate a building: natural, mechanical, and hybrid, mixture of both. So, what is a natural ventilation? See, natural forces, wind, thermal buoyancy, force due to indoor and outdoor air density differences. Natural forces drive outdoor air through purpose built building envelope openings. Purpose built openings include windows, doors, solar chimneys, window towers, and trickle ventilators. This natural ventilation of a building depends on climate, building design, and human behavior. What is a mechanical ventilation? Mechanical fans drive mechanical ventilation. Fans can either be installed directly in windows or walls, or installed in air ducts for supplying air into or exhausting air from a room. The type of mechanical ventilation used depends on climate. For example, in warm and humid climates, infiltration may need to be minimized or prevented to reduce interstitial condensation. Right. This is mechanical. For a room with locally generated pollutants such as a bathroom, toilets, kitchen, negative pressure system is often used. These are mechanical exhaust fans are fitted. Right. So what is a hybrid? Hybrid ventilation relies on natural driving forces to provide the desired flow rate. It uses mechanical ventilation when the natural ventilation flow rate is low. When the natural flow ventilation is alone is not suitable, exhaust fans with adequate pre-testing and planning can be installed to increase ventilation uh, rate in rooms housing patients with airborne infection. Right. However, this simple type of exhaust ventilation needs to be used with care. Right. These are these different types of ventilation in the building. Comparison between natural and mechanical ventilation. These are the drawbacks in natural ventilation. Natural ventilation is variable and depends on outside climate, and there can be difficult in controlling airflow directions. Natural ventilation precludes the use of particular filters. Natural ventilation only works when natural forces are available. Natural ventilation systems often do not work as expected. right? Although maintenance cost of a simple natural system can be very low, right? This is the different ventilation systems. Yeah, fixed type ventilators means fixed glazing. Ventilators are fixed in the wall. It consists of a frame in which glass mesh or shutters is fixed by means of a wooden beam, as shown in figure. Swing type ventilators are, it consists of a frame and a single shutter. The shutter is fixed to the frame by a pin and socket arrangement. It resolves through an angle of 90 degrees about a horizontal axis. A ring is provided in the shutter to which a cord is attached to enable operation. MS bars provided at top and bottom for safety. Swing shutter type ventilator, movable shutter and MS bars. Elevation. Top hung ventilators. Top hung hinged ventilator means lowers. It consists of a number of lowers or glass strips. The lowers are placed in an inclined manner between the vertical members of the ventilator frame. Inclined grooves are made. The glass strips are fitted at a spacing of 80 to 100 mm. The overlap of each other so as to prevent direct view and rain, but allow air circulation. These provide privacy and generally used for bathrooms. Generally, lowers are opened towards outside to control the rainwater into the building. Right? These are lowers. See the lowers openings. And different fastenings and fittings in doors. These are small metallic components by means which the doors, windows, and ventilators are fixed in position, operated and secured by locking. These fixtures and fastenings for windows, doors, and ventilators can be iron, brass, or aluminum. Right, the screw holes in the item should be of countersunk type, finishing based on the base material. Iron or MS fixtures and fastenings are normally black enameled with copper oxidized. Brass fittings are oxidized or chromium plated. Aluminum fittings are generally anodized. The fixtures and fastenings are manufactured in different sizes and shapes to suit the requirement of the different size and shape of doors and windows. The various fixtures and fastenings can be grouped into the following heads: hinges, bolts, handles, and locks. Hinges. The various types of hinges are commonly used to fix the doors and windows and ventilators. Butt hinges, black flap hinges, counter flap hinges, rising butt hinges, garnet hinges, parliamentary hinges, stop hinges, and spring hinges. Butt hinges means these hinges are commonly used for doors and windows. The size of hinge vary from 50 mm long by 37 mm wide to 125 mm long by 75 mm wide. One wing or flange of the hinge is screwed onto the edge of the shutter, and the other is screwed to the rivet in the frame. Means the hinges are used to fix the door and door frame. So see, this is a butt hinge. This is fixed at a door, and this is fixed at the door frame in the suitable rivet. And back flap hinges means like this. These hinges are fixed at the back side of the shutter and frame, and as such they are called back flap hinges. Uses where the shutters are thin, where the butt hinges cannot be fixed to the edges. Counter flap hinges. This type of hinge is formed in three parts and has two centers. This arrangement allows the shutter uh, be folded back to back. Rising butt hinges, also known as skew butt hinges or lifting butt hinges. Due to its design, this type of hinges can raise the door shutter by about 10 mm on opening. Then the door gets closed. Automatically, the shutter is not held back by stopper. These hinges allow the door to clean an obstruction like carpets, mats, etc. Like this. Rising butt hinges is one edge is raised with compared to other. Strap hinges, these generally are used with legged and braced doors, garage doors, compound walls, etc. The strap hinges have long arms which are fixed to the shutter and rivet in the frame. Money, these are used as substitutes for garnet and T hinges. These are strap hinges. Spring hinges. This type of hinges are manufactured in two patterns. One is single acting and another is double acting. Single acting means the single acting type of hinges are used when the shutter is required to be opened in one side only. Double acting means when the used opening of shutter on both sides of the opening. Garnet hinges like this. This type of hinge is also known as T-hinge, generally used for battened or ledged and brass doors. The long arm of the hinge is screwed to the shutter. Uh, the short arm or plate of the hinge is screwed to the frame. Parliamentary hinges. This type of hinges are used in places where door or window opening is to be kept free of obstruction due to shutters when open. These hinges permit shutters to rest parallel to the wall clear of the opening when open. Bolts are fixtures used to hinges over. Now bolts. Bolts are the fixtures used to connect the shutters uh, to the top or bottom head of the frame to control the free movement of shutters. Common types of bolts used for doors and windows briefly described like this: tower bolt, barrel bolt, flush bolt, all drop bolt. Hands hasper staple bolt, hook and eye bolt. Tower bolt. This is tower bolt. In this type of bolt, the bolt passes through two or more staples. These are the staples. At the attached to the base plate. This is the base plate. These are the staples. Here three staples are one, two, three. This is a bolt. This base plate containing bolt and staples is fixed to the insider of the door shutter by means of screws. These are the screws. The bolt engages in a metal socket screwed to the frame in correct alignment. Barrel bolt. This is similar to tower bolt except that the staples are replaced by a barrel. So it is commonly used. Means here earlier it was a two three staples. Here one barrel is there. Flush bolt. This type of bolt um, goes into the door either on face or the edge so that it flushes with the face of the door. This bolt is recommended where projection of bolt is objectionable. So it is flushes into the wall. This is all drop bolt, common used. This type bolt is fixed on the external side of the door where a padlock is to be used as per staple bolt. This bolt is fixed on the external side of the doors where a padlock is to be used. The staple unit is screwed to the door post and hasp is screwed by two small bolts to the door shutters. Hook and eye. This is mostly used for keeping the window shutter open. The hook is fixed to the sill of the window frame and eye is fixed to the bottom rail of the window shutter. And now hinges, bolts and handles. Handles are manufactured in different regions. Some of the common types are bow handles, lever handles, wardrobe handles. This is bow handle. These are generally used on doors and windows openings for the purpose of opening. See, these are the bow and handles. Lever handles means like this. This type of handle is actuated by means of lever. The door gets closed automatically when the handle is released. Right. Wardrobe handle. This is used for with wardrobe, almaras, and a elliptical shape. This type of handle gives good appearance. And locks. The common types of locks used in doors: mortise locks, cupboard locks, padlocks, and rim locks. Mortise lock means that this type of lock is used with doors having thickness of 50 mm and above. This is automatically locked. The lock is fixed in mortise frame um, on the edge of the door, such as it is visible on the edge on the cupboard locks. These are almara locks. This type of lock is used for locking the doors and minor importance. Padlocks. This is general common type. This type of lock is commonly used for locking doors when the all drop bolts and hasp or staple bolts are fitted to the door shutters. Rim locks. This is used for thin doors. If it door is very thick, we use mortise locks. It is very thin, we use rim locks. This is fixed on the external face of the door and secreted on its edges so that it appears as a opening or projecting rim. Now we enter into the lintels. Can you imagine a structural wall without a support will stand? No, obviously it will not stand. Why? Because the opening provided in the actually the loads whatever coming onto the slab, it will be distributed to the beams or walls, and it will be again distributed to the foundation, plinth beam. Right. If there is a opening in the door wall means for fixing of a door, the direct loads will be distributed onto the door frame. When the loads are directly acting on the door frame may be bent, may be damaged. So we have to be distribute the load such that it will not act on the opening of it, right? For that purpose we are using lintels. Then how a wall is constructed above an opening? So what is that component used? A lintel is a horizontal structure member spanning over any opening to support the loads of the structure coming over it. So lintels are provided for doors and windows also, right? Lintels are also horizontal structural members like beams, rectangular in construction and behave like a beam. The ends of the lintel are built into the masonry. They transfer load coming over them. onto the wall on which they rest. So where is lintel used? Lintels are used to span over the openings for doors, windows, cupboards, and corridors also. Functions of lintels very important. So to span any opening like a window, door, cupboard, etc. To take the loads from the wall constructed above the lintel and to distribute to the walls on either side of the lintel over which they are placed, and to facilitate the fixing of the door and window frame, they are used. Right? These are the three functions. So, to span any opening of a window, to take loads from the walls constructed above the lintel and to distribute to the walls on either sides, to facilitate the fixing of the door window frame wherever they are used. Points to be noted. Sufficient bearing of lintel ends and supports is very essential. As flexural members, they should be designed for forces, tension, compression, tension due to bending and shear, compression also. Types of lintels. Based on materials used, uh, lintels are classified into like following types. Lintels are wooden lintels, steel lintels, stone lintels, uh, reinforced brick lintels, and reinforced cement concrete lintels. There is a small video for the type of lintels and lintels. See the functions of lintel. The function of a lintel is to bridge the gap above the wall opening and to carry the load of the brickwork or masonry over the opening. The lintel will transfer the imposed loads to the jambs of the opening. To enable the lintel to fulfill its role correctly, it should not be bent or reflect under the imposed loading effect. Okay, it should be constructed of a material with sufficient strength to support the loads that are likely to be imposed. The type of lintel used will depends upon the size of the openings. Lintels can be stone lintel, brick lintel, concrete lintel, steel, and wooden also. Stone lintels is a brick lintel. Concrete lintels, steel lintel. This is about various steps. Any video related to this? Still it is there. Just a small video related to this. So it is going to work. this is about difference between lintel and beams. See, this is a wooden lintel. See, this is the opening and resting on the masonry walls. This is stone lintel. This is the reinforced beam lintel, reinforced brick lintel. So RCC lintels are RCC reinforced cement concrete lintels are extremely extensively used for almost all buildings. RCC has replaced all the other materials due to following reason: resistance to fire, durability, strength, economical, and ease in construction. RCC lintels relieving arches are not required. Can can be designed for varying spans as well as loading conditions. The speed of construction is increased if precast RCC lintels are used. RCC lintel cover 25 mm, 8 mm hanger bars are used, 12 mm main bars, 6 mm two-legged vertical stirrups are used. This is RCC lintel. Types of RCC lintels are maybe precast or cast in situ. Precast lintels means precast lintels are convenient or economical for small spans, say up to 1 to 1.5 meters. They are economical as same mold can be used again and again. So progress of work is also more as they do not require any casting or curing at the site. The upper surface of the lintel should be marked with identification mark to ensure correct placement. Cast in situ lintels. It is a common practice to cast lintels and sunsets monolithically, and as such, the use of precast lintels has become a rare activity. Means lintels are casted at the site only. These are called cast in situ. Precast means lintels are casted somewhere in casting yard and transported to the site and fixed. That is a precast. Nowadays, almost all lintels and sunsheds are of cast in situ type. The usual mixed proportion of RCC lintel depends upon the span of the lintel and the total load to be distributed by the lintel. Right. Method of construction. For construction of cast in situ RCC lintels, formwork is to be constructed. Means these lintels has to be constructed along with the sunsheds. Right. Uh, and the cage of reinforcement means reinforcement BBS shall be placed in correct position. Proper care shall be taken to provide a minimum cover of 25 mm below the reinforcing rods so as to keep the reinforcement free from atmospheric effects. Then the cement concrete is placed in the form, thoroughly compacted, finished and allowed to set. So method of construction. After final setting time of cement, the lintel should be kept wet. The process of keeping the concrete structure wet is called curing. So formwork can be removed after specific period of stripping time, as the standards are otherwise as per the instructions of site. So this is what we have studied today. So in this, what we have studied is different types of ventilators and uses of ventilators, various types of fittings in detail, like hinges, bolts, and locks we have seen here, and different types of lintels, details of RCC lintels also. This is some small piece. A window is an opening made near the bottom of wall or near the top of the wall and at mid height of wall. So mid height of wall. A window which is provided in the roof is called clear story window. Clear story window. Ventilators are generally provided above the sill, no, below the roof, above the floor, anywhere below the roof. Purpose of ventilator is to exhaust coal gases. Ventilators are found near to roof level. Dash type of hinge is used commonly with doors and windows. But most commonly used type of lock for the purpose of locking doors when all drop is there. Padlock. Dash type of handles are permit to automatic closing of the door. Lever handles. Wardrobe handle. What was the answer? So lintel is a beam provided over a hollow pier. Dash is not a RCC lintel fiber. For construction of masonry wall above an opening, lintel is a non-structural member. The flexural member, but it is a non-structural member. So some of the questions arise from this chapter is what is a lintel, state any six materials with which lintels are made, list the functions of lintels, state the reasons for making RCC lintels more popular, list the different types of windows, describe with a neat sketch of fixed type ventilator, right? So different types of ventilators, swing type ventilator, right? Neat sketch, lower type ventilators, state any three principles of locating windows, glazed windows. These are the different questions which we raised from this chapter. So these are questions on various types of bolts, sketches of different locks for the different purpose. This is the end of the presentation of today. So we'll meet tomorrow. Until then, namaste.